to be talking about Malaysia, my country, Malaysia, and the current opportunities available for UK businesses. So I'll be covering the outlook of the education system in Malaysia, the current opportunities available in the education sector in Malaysia, best ways to build relationships and work with local partners. I'll be covering the Education is Great campaign as well. And lastly, the ASEAN region and its commercial opportunities. So, Malaysia. As you can see, it's located right smack in the heart of Asia. It's surrounded by all these other wonderful Southeast Asian countries. We occupy parts of the Malay Peninsula and the island of Borneo. Malaysia borders Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, and Brunei. Our capital, Kuala Lumpur, is home to colonial buildings, busy shopping districts, and skyscrapers such as the iconic 451-meter tall Petronas Twin Towers. Right. Now, Malaysia has a multiracial population of about 30 million people. There's a slogan that we use back home, Malaysia, truly Asia. It truly captures and defines the country's unique diversity. It is the only country that has Asia's 3 major races, Indians, Chinese, and Malays, plus various other ethnic groups in large numbers. Now, because of that, many of us are multilingual, speaking at least 2 languages fluently, including English. English is widely used in the business environment, and it's a compulsory subject in schools. As for our economy, Malaysia is a rising regional and international player economically, with GDP in 2016 was £241 billion, with a forecasted GDP growth rate at 4.4% in 2017. Next. So, why do business in Malaysia? The UK and Malaysia relationship has never been closer. We have a long and deep relationship in the education sector specifically. It's been 200 years since the first British school opened in Malaysia. We now have over 100 private international schools offering British curriculum. We are also home to 5 UK branch campuses, Nottingham, Newcastle, Southampton, Heriot Ward, and Reading. This is more than any country in the world, even more than China. Besides that, we have similar governmental and legal systems as we were once a British colony. We've got a robust, generally open, high-growth economy, good infrastructure, great roads, airports. We're a good base for the region as we're in the heart of Asia. Great DIT support and a strong British chamber. And both countries are crazy over football. We all love football, and that's like a good point, right? So, Malaysia's ambitious development program. Malaysia has a goal to reach developed nation status by 2020, and in doing so, it has published the 11th Malaysia Plan and the Economic Transformation Program to support this. The education and human capital development feature heavily in the ETP, which targets the creation of 3.3 million jobs with the aim to ensure 50% of the workforce is recognized as skilled. Now, around 20%, which is equivalent to £8 billion of Malaysia's annual budget, is to strengthen the education and training sector. The National Education Blueprint, covering preschool to higher education and identifying 11 operational and strategic shifts to transform the education system, has also been published for the government to strengthen the education and training sector. Next. So, these are some of the current high-value education and training opportunities in Malaysia, according to the recent 2017 budget announcement by the government. Under ELT, English Language Training, the government has allocated £16.5 million to extend English language proficiency via Cambridge English, dual language, and highly immersive programs. Now, TVET has also a big focus in Malaysia. The government has allocated £73 million to turn 9 unused teacher training institutes into polytechnics and vocational colleges. On top of that, $50 million has been allocated to upgrade educational equipment in TVET institutions. Now, collaboration in higher education. There's a budget of 55 million for empowerment of 5 research universities in Malaysia. The government is very keen on getting UK universities to partner with our local universities. There's opportunities in setting up research laboratories in HE institutions. There's also opportunities for more UK branch campuses to open in Malaysia, only if its parent institution is ranked top 100 in the world. Lastly, there's opportunities in the early childhood care and education. According to the budget, 16 million pounds was allocated for Permata. Permata is basically a program founded by the wife of the 6th Prime Minister of Malaysia, which reflects the government's initiative and emphasis on a foundation for integrated and holistic early childhood education system. Now, every child is precious, every child is a national treasure, and every child is the nation's human capital, is the philosophy of the Permata program. So there's a lot of opportunities for Permata to look at international organizations to help achieve this goal. Besides that, there's opportunity in harmonizing preschool teacher and assistant teacher qualifications, putting in place national ECCE standards for teachers as well. So, doing business in Malaysia. Malaysia is generally a straightforward place to do business, but negotiations can take time. So doing business through a middle person or an agent is quite common. They may have connections or influential links to gain contracts and businesses, especially from the public sector. Now, before signing any partnership or agent agreements, it is advisable to do a due diligence check on a company in Malaysia through the Companies Commission of Malaysia. Now, when you bid for a government contract, it's always essential to have a local partner. As if a company or institution has a branch in Malaysia with a local partner, it will make it easier for customs clearance and reduce import duties on some products. Next. So the best way to build relationships and work with local partners in Malaysia is through DIT Malaysia and also the British Malaysia Chamber of Commerce. All you need to do is set up a meeting with us and we'll be able to guide you step by step on what to do if you're interested in going international in Malaysia especially. Besides that, you can also do it through associations such as AIMS, which is the Association of International Malaysian Schools, NAPE, which is the National Association of Private Education Institutions, NASIM, which covers the early childhood education, MEPCU is private colleges, universities, FIMAC is the skill centers in Malaysia, FFM is the Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers, associations like that. Next would be for you to get involved in workshops, seminars, exhibitions and forums that are held in country. That would be the best way for you to meet with people, network with your potential buyers or distributors, resellers. The other thing would be to get on the Exporting is Great website on www.great.gov.uk. There, each country would publish their current opportunities in market. Malaysia publishes at least 2 every month, so it'd be good for you to get on their website for first steps. The next one would be through OMIS, which is an overseas market introduction system, where it's a service where we'll be able to plan your meetings for you, set up things for you when you're in country. That's just a small fee that you have to pay for it. Now, once a connection has been established, it's good to find common grounds of interest to get the conversation going, as Malaysians like to establish long-term personal relationships with their business partners. So, next I'm going to talk to you about the Education is Great campaign. Now, Malaysia is the UK's best performing market in the tertiary and higher education sector, worth around 895 million a year. There are 17,631 Malaysian students studying in the UK and another 78,565 students studying for a UK qualification in Malaysia. Now, based on these stats, we at the British High Commission in Malaysia decided to come up with a campaign where we further promote UK education in Malaysia. We started it off with a great year of education, which is now, we've joined up with the Education is Great campaign. It was launched in January 2016, initially a 1-year program to promote UK expertise and the wider ASEAN region. But the 1 year that we've had has been so successful, we've now got 170 partners on board, including universities, schools, education associations, industry specialists, and Malaysian ministries. So we're going to expand it for another 4 years, covering the ASEAN region, with a goal to reach 600 million people, supported by the UK Prosperity Fund. So if you would like to be a partner, all you need to do is just send us your company logo, and we put you on our logo wall and carry you to all our events that we go in Malaysia and the ASEAN region. So now I'm going to talk to you about the ASEAN region. So basically there's 10 member countries in ASEAN. We've got Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Brunei, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar and Cambodia. It's the third largest population after China and India with 624 million people. Also next to China and India, ASEAN has the world's third largest labor force that remains relatively young. ASEAN is expected to have combined GDP of 1.95 trillion by 2030. The main driving sectors include manufacturing, retail, telecommunications, and transportation. Now, we believe ASEAN is ripe for investment in education mainly because it's a growing middle class that places a high priority on quality education. A large proportion of the population is in the 0 to 15 age group, and the continuing high population growth means that the demand will continue to grow. In Asian culture, a high value is placed on education as education can be seen as a status of symbol, right? So, the areas of greatest potential for UK companies in ASEAN would be the TVET sector, English language training, and the tertiary sector, specifically in terms of outbound ASEAN students. So, if you'd like to know more about our opportunities in individual ASEAN countries, these are the key contacts that you should get a hold of. You can get it from me later. Now, if you can't remember anything that I've said just now, these are the two things you have to remember, okay? The first thing for you to do would be to get on the www.great.gov.uk website, where you'll find all the current export opportunities for each countries that you're interested in. Malaysia will be there too. Next would be for you to sign up as an Education is Great partner. It is absolutely free. It's like free marketing for you guys. We carry your brand everywhere you go under the British government. So sign up by sending your logo to sarah.tate@fco.gov.uk. She will then reply by providing you with our marketing toolkit. Proud to support Education is Great, which you can use on your company's websites. So, thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the ASEAN region soon.